Angela.
You know, as the Community Impact Director, I have the opportunity to work alongside of our community partners who are serving individuals and families each and every day in this community, and for that, I am grateful. It's also my role, though, as the director, to understand best practices and research, not only locally, but globally. Because as stewards of public investment, your investment, and moreover of public trust, it is essential that we are utilizing best practices and research when we are making investment decisions. You know, over the past year, United Way has been leading a collaborative group of dedicated professionals and local experts to really develop a first-of-its-kind housing navigation initiative for our community. That work would not have been possible without the input, the expertise, and the dedication of the folks that are listed up on that screen. You know, in order to build a house, you need tools, right? You need a hammer, you need measuring tapes, you need screws and screwdrivers. And in order to address the issue of homelessness, you also need tools. You need a baseline. You need common metrics and outcomes to drive towards. And most importantly, you need a systematic and a unified form of service delivery. And now, while it may not seem very sexy or it may not seem very innovative for me to stand up here in front of 700 plus people and talk about process, what the design team developed, that is bold. And what they will implement later this year will lead to a change and an evolution in the way that we are able to provide services to individuals, and that will lead to a paradigm shift, and it will allow people in this community to attain stable housing quicker and maintain it for longer periods of time. So what does this mean day to day? We are going to work with the most vulnerable, the most chronically hard to house individuals, and we're going to get them housed. You know, many of you maybe have seen some social media posts or some late-night talk show hosts talking in recent past about the issue of housing first and how that solving the issue of homelessness is actually rather simple. You just give folks homes. And while some of those articles have been kind of funny, really I think they are an oversimplified argument, because I want to be very clear with each and every one of you that addressing the issue of homelessness is anything but simple. It takes intention. It takes dedication. It takes really all of us being able to peel back the layers of systematic and generational poverty that exist in the community that have really created the conditions for homelessness to exist. United Way is laser focused on addressing the issue of homelessness. We are committed to creating the conditions necessary and providing the financial resources to solve this issue. By 2020, we want to be able to report back to you, this community, that through our housing navigation initiative, 90% of the individuals we serve will be able to attain and maintain stable housing. This effort will not only allow them to have a quality of life, but frankly, the dignity that they deserve. But this impact will not only benefit just the individuals served, but it's going to benefit our entire community. Well, how, you might ask? By saving all of you, rather, by saving all of us, our entire community, tax dollars that would otherwise be spent on incarceration of these individuals, that would otherwise be spent on unnecessary trips to the emergency room to manage conditions that could be managed if and only that person had a place to call home. United Way is committed to helping individuals while creating the conditions necessary for social change, and that is bold. And while we talk about systems change, and we talk about the benefit to the entire community that this housing navigation project will have, I want to be very clear that the most impact that this initiative will have is on Bob. Bob's a veteran who has served his country honorably, but suffers from PTSD because of experiences that he's had. Bob has struggled with years of addiction and trying to find a place in this community, and who has struggled to get on his feet, but he can't. Because of the Housing Navigation Initiative, now Bob has an advocate. Now Bob has someone to rely on, someone to help him remove the barriers that seemed so insurmountable to him before, but now Bob is going to be able to have a place to call home. When we are committed to changing systems, when we decide to demand results, and when we invest in people, that is bold. And that is what excites me about the future of United Way. Thank you.